One thing I know is that medium kick is a great button, man. Like, look at this. Yo, he died? Yes, that medium kick is a great button. Okay, we got master.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Tyrant back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the newest DLC character for Street Fighter 6, Terry Bogard. Being the first ever guest character from outside of Capcom's IPs ever in a numbered Street Fighter game, that's a pretty big deal. I feel that, like, Capcom have maybe looked at the success of other fighting games, you know, such as Tekken 7, which had crossovers from King of Fighters and Street Fighter, and a load of other stuff too. So maybe they saw the success of those characters over there and thought, you know what, we want a piece of the action too. Anyway, how is Terry? The whole point of today's video is to talk about how strong I feel Terry is. I've been playing him a couple of hours a day over on my Twitch stream and ranked him up to Master so far. And what I have to say immediately is he's really fun. Like, there's lots of characters I've played in the past when they've dropped as DLC, and I don't know, maybe they didn't feel fun to me, but Terry definitely feels like a fun character straight away. I have heard mixed things though from other people that have tried him out. They didn't get on with him, and I think that comes down to the character actually being quite technical. He's a very situational character, and what I mean when I say that is that you need to be ready for so many different confirms in multiple different situations. He's got like different combos for anywhere on the screen. He has moves which cancel into other moves. He's got multiple different target combos. So yeah, I would definitely put him on the more technical side, which I get, you know, that can put some players off. He does seem to have a fairly strong neutral. He's got a really active crouch medium punch, which is excellent for stuffing things like drive rush or pokes. He's also got excellent kick buttons, and you might have seen at the start of the video, his stand medium kick especially is incredible. It has excellent range, and on counter hit or punish counter, you can link it into his level 1 super, which of course is going to lead to a ton of juicy damage. Of course, this leads back into Terry being a very situational, a very technical, and confirm-based character. So you do need to really be paying attention to those counter hits to really maximize this character's potential. His crouch medium kick is also another amazing button. Of course, this is cancelable. I would say it's comparable to Jury's crouch medium kick. Of course, they did increase the scaling on crouch medium kick starters in this version of the game. So, you know, he's not getting a ton of damage off of this, but it's still super good that you can use it repeatedly and, you know, just throw it out there when the opponent's trying to approach or you're looking for that confirm. His anti-air game, I would say, is actually one of the strongest aspects of Terry. He has multiple different strong anti-airs. His DP especially is really good. The light one kind of stays in place, and then the medium and the heavy versions lead him forward slightly. And if you don't want a DP, you've also got crouch heavy punch. This is also an incredible anti-air that you can throw out there and stop the opponent from jumping for free. The fireball game that he has is an interesting one. I feel like it's hard to say whether it's good or bad. I would say it's just different to the rest of the cast. So I have some thoughts on that at the end of the video. The passing sway, which is the lane switch mechanic, I thought it was going to be pretty prominent in Terry's gameplay, and it really isn't. You don't really ever use this. The only time I've really seen it is, or used it myself, is to escape the corner after like a drive impact connects or something like that. Yeah, it's a weird one. It's also weird that you can't go into the pass and sway on block. It's only on hit. Like if you try to do it on block, it just won't come out like the target combo. So it's a weird one. I think that in the future they have to consider giving it to him on block to kind of add to his pressure game and, you know, kind of mix up, I guess, with the left-right stuff. But yeah, right now passing sway is very underwhelming. Other areas I feel that he is kind of lackluster is his up-close pressure game with buttons. Like, he doesn't have any plus buttons on block. The only button you can kind of make plus on block is crouch medium punch, which is very active, actually. This button is great. But yeah, again, you have to do it meaty. You can't just keep pressure on with this button. So I feel like, yeah, his pressure game up close is kind of weak unless you're using, say, his heavy fireball or OD fireball, which of course will have gaps if you're trying to use them from buttons, for example, a lot of the time. So I don't know, his pressure game up close feels kind of weak, I'm not gonna lie. Like, people can just take their turns back after pretty much any normal. So yeah, you're gonna have to mix in his overhead and his crack shoot, which is fairly safe on block and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I don't know, when you get up close with Terry, you're giving up your turn a lot, it feels like. Another area I feel that he is weak in is his drive rush. Of course, drive rush is such an important part of Street Fighter 6. It's one of the main mechanics, and Terry's drive rush is pretty lackluster. He doesn't go very far. It's not the fastest or the furthest, but yeah, it's kind of in the middle. It's not as bad as, say, I don't know, Manon, for example, but it's pretty bad, I have to say. So yeah, if you play Terry, you're probably not going to be using a lot of drive rush stuff, just roar it out of neutral, which of course is how a lot of characters get their pressure started. So yeah, he might suffer in that department. All things considered though, I don't think he's a bad character by any means. It's just a lot of his big damage and best situations are kind of locked behind very situational scenarios. Like, don't get me wrong, he does have some excellent tools in neutral outside of, like, I don't know, raw drive rush to close the gap, like his plus on block burn knuckle from certain ranges, for example, his safe on block crack shoot, like both of which, if they hit, you know, you get a knockdown or you get pressure, so those are really nice. But at the same time, if the opponent's ready, can be fairly risky. I mean, that's Street Fighter 6 in a nutshell, right? But, like, Terry, I feel like he has to take somewhat bigger risks in terms of closing the gap and getting in. Jeez! Oh yeah, I nearly forgot to mention it. Terry is amazing once you have the opponent in Burnout. Take for example his crack shoot. This move becomes plus on block and you can literally just throw it out repeatedly and they can't really do much about it. It's pretty crazy. But what I will say is if you put the work in, Terry feels very rewarding to play. He is extremely fun, I do have to say that. And if you like a neutral based footsies character with some explosive damage and, you know, some technical aspects to him, then you're going to absolutely love him, and I would say absolutely give him a shot. I added some final thoughts on Terry at the end of the video from my stream yesterday, and if you like the content, guys, stop by the stream sometime. We have an excellent community there. Everybody's really chill, it's fun. We have song requests on for subs, it's really cool, so pull up, and if you enjoy the content, I'll see you in the next stream or video, guys. Thank you for the support as always, and I'll see you soon. So I think he's a cool character, and his like crouching medium kick is amazing for a start, right? He's got some good pokes, like this is an incredible poke. You know, somewhat stubby. Yeah, he's a little bit awkward, and his damage output is actually a bit on the low side, I would say. I mean, anybody's low compared to what, like Bison, right? Which is my actual main, but he does well with resources, but like, I don't know, without that, he doesn't seem like the strongest character. His fireball has tons of recovery. Like, yes, it's a full screen, you know, on the floor fireball, but I feel like it's really, really slow. Like, medium one's okay. But of course, it's not full screen. But I guess that's the mind game, right? You mix them up between these two. And then this is just for, like, pressure up close. But, yeah, his fireball seems kind of whatever. Like, he has... Let's just say, for me, Terry feels like a jack of all trades, master of none type of character. You know what I mean? So I would put him, like high mid-tier, I would say. Definitely not top tier yet. Until I see someone doing damage with him in tournament and, you know, I can really pick apart the high level gameplay. It's hard to say right now. Character's been out for, what, 2 days, 3 days. So it's too hard to say for sure, but I would say upon, you know, from what I've played and immediate inspection, he's like upper mid tier for me.